Thorne, the most amazing thing happened to me today. And I can't wait to tell you all about it.
Oh, Macy, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. But you have got to know the truth about what happened in Venice. That Brooke and I were tricked. And that this marriage never should have happened. I've got to tell her. Now.
Take a letter, will you, sweetheart? Certified mail. Going to every single fashion house in the industry, national and international. From the mighty House of Forrester. News flash. Queen Stephanie Forrester is back in the saddle, and she's riding on a thoroughbred horse, okay? So watch out, House of Calvin, House of Giorgio, House of anybody else in the game, because the price of a ticket to the winner's circle just went up.
Does that go for the House of Spectra, too?
I love it. I love it. Thank you very much. I have missed the guerrilla warfare almost as much as I missed you. Welcome back.
Thank you. And you're responsible for this, you know that. Well, in a very large way, anyway. That day in my living room when you said I'd never compete again?
That was a nasty dose of medicine to swallow, wasn't it?
Well, I got my dander up a bit.
How does it feel to be back?
Oh, like a breath of fresh air.
Well, it's a great way to celebrate the millennium, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And the glorious union of your son Thorne with my beautiful daughter Macy.
That is something to be very happy about. At least it's one good thing to rejoice about.
I'm sorry, honey. I heard about Amber and the baby. That's a tough one.
Yeah. Well, let's not talk about it. Let's just talk about Thorne and Macy and tell me that they're wonderful and everything's going to be great.
Come in, Megan. I'm going to have to cancel my appointments because I have to go somewhere. What do you want?
You're going someplace?
If you must know, I'm going to see Thorne.
Brooke, I wouldn't do that.
Like I give a damn what you would or wouldn't do.
Okay, look, I'm willing to accept your hostility. I deserve it.
You deserve a lot more than my hostility.
I'm not arguing that, okay? I just...
You know, if you want to play shrink to somebody, why don't you get your couch ready for Macy? She's going to need it.
What? Why?
Why do you think? I just talked to Thorne on the phone. He's ending his marriage today.
Macy, I know you have something to tell me, but first...
Just a second, okay? This was just so exciting. And it was so unexpected, but the more I think about it, the more I realize I am ready for this. I am really ready.
Ready for what?
For my contribution to the world, Thorne.
Contribution?
Yes. And you know what? It's all because of you and what you've brought to my life. And especially what happened in Amsterdam.
I understand, okay? But first, I need to talk to you about Venice.
Thorne is telling Macy everything?
Yes, about your sleazy little plan.
He can't do it.
Well, he will. He was waiting for Macy when I talked to him. What did you think, Taylor? That they were going to live happily ever after?
Listen to me. I am not trying to justify what we did. It was wrong, and I know that. But, Brooke, something did happen in that hotel room. You can't deny there's still a part of you that is in love with Ridge.
Oh, come on. That is such garbage.
Thorne seemed pretty convinced.
Thorne was manipulated.
Oh, come on. If that's all it was, he would have seen right through it. But he didn't, because he saw it with his own eyes, that you are still vulnerable to Ridge. And he didn't want to live with that or compete with that for the rest of his life. And you may not want to admit this, but Thorne and Macy have a history that's almost as long as yours and Ridge's. They love each other deeply, and feelings like that just don't go away.
Thorne does not want to be with Macy. That much I'm sure of.
What, do you think Macy forced him into this? Brooke, I'm telling you, Macy didn't even want to get married. Thorne had to convince her to do it. That's what he just told me himself. That does not sound like a man that was acting solely out of hurt and betrayal.
Yes. Yes, it does. That's how deeply hurt he really was.
Okay, fine. Okay, listen to me, Brooke. I just want you to remember one thing. Thorne and Macy have worked through a lot of difficult issues in the past, and they're going to work through this one. Because Macy has always been there for him every time he needed her. Thorne married Macy for some very good reasons.
Honey, I would love to talk about Venice too, but could I please just tell you what happened to me first?
All right.
You know, what you and I did in Europe was so much more than just get married. And I didn't realize it at first, but I do now. I'm a different woman than I was when I got on that plane to go to Italy. I went to an AA meeting today.
You did?
I'm not drinking again. That's not why I went.
Why did you go?
I had this strange feeling that I should go to a meeting. And I called Mother, and she went with me. And, honey, I was sitting there, and I was listening to this woman talk about her problems. Her name was Roberta. And I really felt what she was going through. That need to have a drink, that desperate feeling that your life is over and that you're totally out of control and everywhere you look is just nothing but despair. I felt that. I felt it because I was there not so long ago. And I knew what she had to do to regain her life and to regain her sobriety. And Thorne, I got up and I spoke. Honey, that is the first time that I've ever spoken at an AA meeting. I would go to meetings for support, but it never occurred to me that someday I would be strong enough to help somebody else and give them support. But honey, this morning, everything changed. I wasn't just Macy, the alcoholic. I was Macy, the woman with the power and the need and the ability to help somebody. Honey, I cannot tell you what a huge change that was for me. And then they asked me to be this woman's sponsor. To help her through those first difficult days of recovery. And I know I can do this. Not only can I do it, I'm gonna be good at it.
Macy, that's amazing.
Yeah. And honey, there's a reason why it's all happening right now. I am more confident and I am more self-assured than I have been in years.
What do you suppose changed that?
Us. You and me. That's what changed.
We need to talk about you and me, Macy. Everything's happened so fast.
I know, Thorne. Too fast, huh?
Yeah, too fast.
Why don't we just sit down and talk about it?
know something, Stephanie? I don't think I've ever been as proud of my daughter Macy as I am now. It's just amazing what she's done with her life. Oh, I've had my share of successes overcoming the odds, but it is nothing compared to what she's done. And I think we both know there's one other person who was partly responsible for that.
Thorne. They've always been good for one another.
Yes, they were. Those two kids have got so much to look forward to.
Kids?
Yeah, why not? Speaking of kids, wait till another grandchild comes along. Then we're really gonna have something to celebrate, you know?
Yeah, another grandchild.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry. That was very thoughtless of me. Wish I could say something here.
It's just so difficult to try and understand why Amber did what she did.
I know. How's Rick?
Oh, taking stock, spending time alone.
Well, I'm sure that'll change soon. If it's any consolation, I know a certain young lady who is suffering right along with him.
Kimberly, yeah. I'm sure he'd be happy for any support that he can get.
She'll give him all the support he needs. Kind of amazing, isn't it? The way our two families are becoming intertwined like this.
Whoa. I mean, he's still a little young.
I know he's a baby and he's got his whole life ahead of him. But then there's Thorne and Macy.
They've certainly had their challenges, haven't they? But you know, I think from this moment on, there isn't anything that they couldn't overcome together.
Including Brooke Logan?
Honey, you know you can be completely upfront with me, right?
Yes.
I want you to be honest with me now.
I will be.
Okay. And I'm going to be honest with you.
Okay.
I am not the same woman that I was before I got on that plane to Italy. I am so much stronger. I want to help people, especially people who have the same problem that I had. And that's why when they asked me to be a sponsor at AA, I took that very seriously. I guess what concerns me is that you might find this change intrusive.
Intrusive?
On us, on our marriage. And as a sponsor, there are going to be times when I'll get a call in the middle of the night and I'm going to have to go out and help somebody who wants to take that first drink, and I can't turn them down. Can you live with that?
You have changed.
And you get the credit for that. Honey, what happened to us in Amsterdam? The things you said, the promises that you made, it made me realize how much you really care. I know you've always told me, but for the first time, I really felt it deep down inside. And I realized, yes, I could trust you. That I didn't need to be afraid anymore. Thorne, I have just never felt so secure and so loved in my life. Thorne, I know you mean well.
Macy, it's more than just meaning well. I want this.
But why? Why now?
I guess I'm starting to see things more clearly.
What things, Thorne? You went to Venice without me. If I hadn't gone there, then none of this would be happening.
I realize that. But you did come to Venice. And your timing couldn't have been more perfect, Macy. You helped me see what I haven't wanted to see in a long time.
And what is that?
That you would do anything in the world for me.
That's no reason to marry someone, Thorne. Love is the only reason to marry somebody.
I do love you.
But not the way a woman wants to be loved by her husband. You know, Thorne, you are the only man for me, and you always will be. But that is the very reason why I cannot marry you unless I know beyond the tiniest doubt that you will not leave me ever again. I couldn't survive that. I wouldn't want to survive that, Thorne. It would be far easier for me to see you happy with another woman, to watch you build a life with her and raise a family, than for you to pledge your life and your love to me only to lose it someday. I cannot allow that to happen ever again.
Macy, I will never, ever hurt you again, okay? I swear it will not happen. You can trust me, Macy. I will not let you down. I will always, always be true to you. And that's why I'm asking you to marry me, Macy. Marry me. Marry me now.
And when you said those words, I knew that I would never have to question you again. And I don't. I never will, Thorne. You are my husband. And I will thank God for you and your honesty every day for the rest of my life.
You're worried about Brooke?
That dame is trouble, always has been. But now, I'm not worried about her.
Oh, good. She's out of our lives, and I want to tell you something. Brooke's gonna have to find someone else to romance. It isn't going to be Thorne.
If you want to believe that Thorne and Macy are going to stay together, that's your prerogative. But if you have any sense of right and wrong, then you would know that their marriage is in trouble.
Brooke, don't lecture me on right or wrong.
Taylor, what you did to me and Thorne was wrong. There is no question about that. And wrong doesn't win. Now, how many times have you told me that? So eat your words. This moral victory is mine. Thorne and Macy are finished.
You are a wonderful man.
Macy, I'm an ordinary man. I'm just as weak and vulnerable as the next guy. Maybe even more so.
That is what makes you so special, Thorne.
I am not special.
Yes, you are. Honey, you are a person with incredible integrity. That's why when you said those things to me in Amsterdam, I knew you meant them. If you didn't, I would have felt it, and I wouldn't have married you. Honey, I am so blessed to have you as a husband. You give me the kind of strength that I need to fight my demons and to contribute something to this world. That is what you do for me, Thorne Forrester. I am so sorry. I have been going on, and you said you wanted to say something to me. Okay. No more talking. No more talking. It is your turn. What was it that you wanted to tell me?